Hello, Akita here, and I'm going to show you how to use a new feature from Artisly, which is to make a puzzle book. Really interesting, really fun. I was just kind of poking around, saw it, and I was like, oh gosh, time to make a video. So I'm here in the actual interface, the dashboard version of Artisly. I'm going to go ahead and click Create Design, and then Fast AI Image Designer. And then I'm going to go up here and click on AI Design Agents. Then all the way over here on the right, next to the art creator or the ad creator, is the maze generator. So, a couple different things here in this box where it says maze generation. On the left, you can just have a plain maze. On the right, you can have a maze that actually has like a border to it. Over here, you also have different levels that you can choose. I'm just going to, show you here. We have easy, medium, hard, and very hard. I'm just going to leave this as easy. Over here across from that, you can do up to 25 mazes if you so desire, or just do one maze. It's just kind of up to you. I'm going to leave it at 5. For the theme, I'm going to put Candy Valentine's Day, because why not? Across from that is the illustration style. I'm just going to click the button Choose Style, and you see at the moment they just have just 5 different styles. Coloring page, doodle style illustration, flat illustration style. I'm kind of feeling coloring page at the moment, so we're going to go with that. Now down here at the bottom, right above the actual purple Generate Mazes button is the maze color itself. So right now you can see that it's actually black. Solution color, you can keep it as green or click on the button. Same thing for the maze color. And you can go ahead and like change the actual color for it, make it lighter, blue, purple, whatever. I'm doing a Valentine's Day theme, so I'm just gonna make it a little bit of a rich dark pink. And then I think I might just for kicks show you guys the maze with the border version. And then it's gonna ask you for the border idea. And I think I'm just gonna put different types of candy. Let's see how it does that. And then when you choose maze with a border, a little purple button pops up that says Generate Border. So I'm just going to go ahead and click that for right now. And we'll give Artisly a chance to work its literal magic and see what it gives us. Okay. Selected. That looks pretty good. I'm liking that border. All right, so that is clicked. Did I select it? It is selected, right? Okay, it is. Just making sure, because sometimes beta, new tools get a bit wonky. All right, so now we can hit Generate Maze. I'm just gonna pause this. Okay, here we are. Now we're cooking. It's looking good. Looking good. So we have here the 4 separate mazes. They are mostly, if I click on this, they are mostly in coloring style which is black and white, but it did go ahead and sneak some flowers in there, like just different colored elements. This adorable little bird. You're supposed to be black and white. What's up with you? It's okay. We're going to roll with that because once again, this is a new tool and some things can be tweaked and adjusted in Canva. That's okay too. All right, so at this point you have your 5 mazes. So now what we're going to do is go up right here to just bring the little sliding bar over to the left if you need to, and then click on Maze Generator. And then once that button is pushed, notice here how this button underneath that, kind of underneath the actual slider, the scroll bar, create flipbook. So let's click on that. And then when you click any of, see how it says select pages now above it? And it's just gonna have the stuff that's actually, click, there we go. Okay, so 5 selected. So I'm just gonna click the ones that I just generated, and I'm gonna ignore the ones that I was messing around with earlier. And then over here, the purple button, Create Flipbook. Let's go ahead and click that. Let's give it a flipbook title. Let me see here. The Great Good Puzzle Book. I was just lacking in creativity, whichever. Okay, so if you are someone who made a cover elsewhere, you can go ahead and click Browse or just drag and drop your actual cover there. I made one in the library that I'm going to go ahead and just use, even though it's a little bit wonky. Let me click on that. And then voila, that's there. If you have your backwards cover or your back cover, let's say you're doing this for KDP or something like that, you could put that in there too. I'm not doing this for KDP, I'm just giving a little demo for you guys, so I'm going to leave that alone. And then generate flipbook. And it's doing its thing. So you see here how the actual, like now I'm underneath the actual section that says my flipbooks. And I get a nice little warning that says the flipbook can take 5 to 10 minutes to process, so kindly be patient. So I'm going to be so patient. Over here, oh my gosh. Okay, I was about to say, look, it says that it's in progress, but I see that it's not. It's giving me the green button here that it is ready. So I can do two things, or a couple things here. I can read it, and it's loading right here, so we can read it as an actual flipbook. So I'm feeling for something like this. It's really cool. So notice here in the actual flipbook that the actual solutions pop up. Now, there aren't too many cases where you'd want to just go ahead and rock out with the flipbook because you have to interact with this. Like you want kids to be able to touch it and so forth. So that is not the most ideal option, but if you are using the flipbook feature for a different purpose, then you might be good to go. All right, let me hit this X. Now over here, if you hit download, you'll see right here, you can go ahead and download this as a, move, boom, as an actual flipbook. And then you can go ahead and just like give it its own name and its PDF and it's all good. I think I'm going to save this in my downloads folder just for posterity. Be right back. And voila, the PDF is done, which can then be printed out. All nice and neat. Puzzles, solutions, more puzzles, more solutions. Now let me show you a couple of tricks to kind of take this to the next level, because you might be sort of like me and you're like, you know what, these little images right here in like the entrances and the exits of the mazes, these are kind of annoying. I don't like these because they're blocking like the route. So you might want to get a little bit, creative and do a little bit of editing and perhaps in Canva. That's certainly an option, So let me show you what I recommend. And let's do this really quickly. Okay, I'm gonna go to personal designs. Here we go. Okay, so let me just go ahead and download one of these images. Let's grab that one. And then get rid of that. I misspell stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just drag the image here into Canva. I'm going to enlarge it just a smidge. Now, sideways too, if you're going to like actually build out a book for KDP, you want to do it probably in a different location, just importing the images and so forth. But once again, I'm just showing you literally how to adjust and tweak the actual maze. So now at this point, and if you have Canva Pro, this is like your ideal scenario. If you don't, there's some other ways you can kind of get the same effect that I'm about to show you. But I'm going to rock out here with the magic tools in Canva Pro to begin with. So I'm going to click on edit. I've already had the image, clicked. It's checked, as you can see, it's highlighted. And then what I'm going to do is go into Magic Studio, and I want to be able to do some grabbing. So let me zoom in, and I'm just going to grab that image, and I'm going to grab, that image too of the little present, and then I want to grab the little hearts that go, that's like right here by the present. Do that. All right, cool. Now I'm going to hit the purple grab button. Canva Pro you should definitely have this, I'm just saying. Okay, here we go. So let's move this. It looks as though we have what I call like a little bit of a shadow that's been left behind over here by the angel. That is okay. We can go ahead and like get that together too. I'm going to go up here and click on eraser on the bar and then click magic eraser. And I'm going to just erase what is left. You have no place here. Go. And you know, you got to get creative sometimes, just tidying stuff up. It's okay. Let's erase that. It's going to do its thing. And boom, good as new. All right, go on back here, hit that X. Actually, let me lock this down. Right click and then lock, just so that there's no issue. Now we can go ahead and start adjusting things in such a way that it looks a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So I'm just going to duplicate this where I grab the actual images using Magic Grab. I'm going to sort of crop out the angel to begin with and just leave the box. Now in this way, if I wanted to, I can go ahead and still have the box, but I can move it over so that it's not blocking the entrance, because that's lame. Let's not do that. Over here with the second actual image that I had, I can just go ahead and do the exact same thing. I'm going to crop out the box and then just have the actual kid. Now this actual Magic Grab went a little bit wonky, so of course you don't want to use this, but I'm just showing you the basic technique of how this would go about looking, how you would go about doing this. You could easily go over here to Elements and then grab Angel, Clip Art. Let's do that. And just do a search for some Angel Clip Art that is preferably free, because you don't want to be messing around with that. Go over here, grab the price. Give me free options. Ooh. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's do Cupid. That's more of a Cupid. Cupid clip art. Or you can do Valentine's Day clip art. Love how you see my stream of consciousness just thinking through stuff. Okay. So that looks kind of cute. So does that. Ooh, you know, I'm kind of feeling this love coupon though. That's kind of cute. I'm also kind of liking, yeah, so yeah, as this turns into a key to getting sucked in and like doing stuff, that's extra cute. Boom. Okay. So you can replace it if you want to, delete what's there. That is completely fine. You do want to make certain that it matches your motif in terms of your border if you have a border, which is completely fine. You can go ahead and rock out with that. No problem whatsoever. But that is basically how you take an image from Artisly. You just kind of go in, you start tweaking and adjusting. Now, if you don't have Canva Pro, and that's just the life that you're living right now, that is no big deal. Let me just put this back where it kind of was, the actual little present. What you would do in this case, if you just wanted to kind of get rid of the image or replace it with other images, you go to Elements. Let me get rid of the clip art one. Go to Elements, and I'm just going to click Square. Actually, no, I don't want the graphics. I want like a shape. Perfect. So once I have the shape, I'm going to change the color to white to match the background. And then all you would do is size the shape in such a way that it hides the image that you don't want displayed. So let's check that. Get rid of this corner rounding, and voila, disappeared. It's not even there. It's like it never existed. So I'm going to duplicate the actual white square, and then you can put it down here at the bottom as well, and you just kind of get rid of that extra, you know, the image that kind of blocks. I'm not certain why it does that, but it's not always the most desirable trait with the puzzles, so you can easily get rid of that, whether you have Canva Pro or if you got to kind of bootstrap it and kick it old school. Without Canva Pro and without the magic tools. But that is basically it. How you would go about making like a flip book or a PDF type of book, puzzle book for kids. All right, hope you enjoyed. Bye. Oh, and if you want to give Artisly a try, there's an affiliate link down below. It's if you purchase your Artisly subscription through the link, it actually, you know, you pay for it as usual, but it's no extra cost to you. It just gives me a commission. And by the way, if you are picking up what I'm throwing down and you're liking the teaching, you're liking the videos, please consider subscribing or hitting that notification bell and all that kind of good stuff. I'll do likes too. I like it. I like likes. If you like yourself, if you like your hair, if you like your life, if you don't like your life, I hope that you like your life, but like this video. All right, that's it for me. You take care. Bye.